Hello friends, this is our fifth lecture on kinetic theory of gases. Today's our topic is Kirchhoff's law of thermal radiation and its theoretical proof. Gustav Kirchhoff, a German scientist, established the relationship between coefficient of absorption, or you say absorptivity, and coefficient of emission or emissivity in terms of wavelength. The statement of this law is given by look here, at a given temperature, the ratio of emissive power means R, to coefficient of absorption. Look here, to coefficient of absorption of a body is equal to emissive power of perfectly black body at the same temperature at all wavelengths. Again we revise it. At a given temperature, the ratio of emissive power of a body to coefficient of absorption is equal to emissive power of perfectly black body at the same temperature for all wavelengths. That means R is the emissive power of a body and A is the coefficient of absorption of a body at a given temperature. Then R upon A equals to RB. RB is the emissive power of perfectly black body. Alternative statement is given as, for a body emitting or absorbing thermal radiations in thermal equilibrium, means temperature of the bodies are equal, they equal to surrounding. The equilibrium, emissivity is equal to absorptivity. Or other way also you can state, at a given temperature, coefficient of absorption is equal to coefficient of emission. Then symbolically it can be stated as A equal to E. Here A is the coefficient of absorption or absorptivity and E is the coefficient of emission or emissivity. Or more clearly you can say A in bracket lambda equals to E in bracket lambda. Thus the body have high emissive power. It also have high absorptive power. Mean body emits more, it absorb also more. Means suppose we consider a black body, it absorb more heat, then it also emit more heat. Or other way, body have less emissive power, its absorptive power is also less. Then how we can put theoretical proof of this? This law can be proved theoretically with the help of thought experiment. Thought experiment, here we consider two bodies, say body A, which is ordinary body, and a body B, which is perfectly black body of identical geometric shape, mean their surface areas are equal, are kept in uniform temperature enclosure. Uniform temperature enclosure mean which is thermally isolated from surrounding. Means suppose we consider a AC room, it is thermally isolated from surrounding. Or calorimeter we considered, it is also thermally isolated. Or you say freezer of the fridge. These are the things. Just due to exchange of heat, means suppose body A, body B and enclosure, three things are there. Enclosure is acts as the surrounding for body A and B. Then what happens in due course or after certain time, due to exchange of heat, what happens? Both bodies as well as enclosure attains same temperature. Means they comes in the thermal equilibrium. Still, they exchanges heat according to Prevost theory. But rate of absorption is equal to rate of emission. How? Let us say. Suppose we considered here R be the emissive power for ordinary body, RB is the emissive power for perfectly black body, A is the coefficient of absorption for ordinary body, and what is the coefficient of absorption for black body? We know that coefficient of absorption for black body is 1. So it is not necessary to consider. E is the coefficient of emission for ordinary body. Then how we can take it? Let Q be the quantity of heat incident on each body per unit time. Then let us see from enclosure how much amount of heat is incident on both bodies. Suppose we consider here is the enclosure, here two bodies are there. Then how much amount of heat is incident on both bodies? Q is the amount of heat incident per unit time on both bodies. Then we know that coefficient of absorption for ordinary body is A. So how we can define A equals to QA upon QB. Q. So you can take this AQ is the quantity of heat absorbed by ordinary body because it not absorb total heat. So how much heat is absorbed by it? It absorb AQ heat. And thereafter, but when Q is the heat incident on black body, then what happens? Because of it is a black body, so it absorbs all the radiant heat incident upon it per unit time. So how much heat is absorbed by it? It is the Q is the heat absorbed by black body. Let us see again. AQ is the quantity of heat absorbed per unit time by ordinary body, and Q is the quantity of heat absorbed by perfectly black body. Then we know that then how much amount of heat is given out by ordinary body. We know that its emissive power is R. So radiant heat emitted per unit area per unit time means R. How much it is? It is given out R. Received AQ, given out R. And thereafter, for perfectly black body, emissive power is RB. So how much amount of heat is emitted by it? Means it is a per unit time, per unit area by the body. It is the quantity of heat emitted is RB. But we know that this body and enclosure are in thermal equilibrium. Then what happens? The given out heat to the enclosure is equal to received heat from the enclosure. Suppose we consider for ordinary body, how much amount of heat is given out by it? R. And how much amount of heat is received? AQ. Both are equal. Why? Rate of emission and rate of absorption is same. That's why we can take here AQ equals to R. Similarly, for black body, how much amount of heat is received by it? All heat incident upon it means Q is received by it. And how much amount of heat is emitted? RB is the heat emitted by it. So both are equal. Q equal to RB. So this is say equation number 1. AQ equals to R and Q equals to RB is the equation number 2. Then we divide it. And after dividing, AQ upon Q equals to R upon RB. So you can take AQ gets cancelled and you get directly A equals to R upon RB. Or you can say R upon A. A is taken in this side. So R upon A equals to RB. Thus, what is R? Emissive power of ordinary body at a given temperature. What is A? Coefficient of absorption of a ordinary body at the same temperature is equal to what is RB? emissive power of perfectly black body. That means, but we know that R upon RB equals to E. Hence, E is a coefficient of emission. Mean it is the ratio of emissive power of ordinary body to emissive power of perfectly black body. That's why we can take here directly. Hence, coefficient of absorption is equal to coefficient of emission. Mean you can take this proof. This is the proof of it. Means for a body emitting and absorbing thermal radiation in thermal equilibrium, emissivity is equal to absorptivity, or coefficient of emission equals to coefficient of absorption. This is the proof of Kirchhoff's law with the help of thought experiment. Theoretically, it can be proved. And thereafter, can you give some examples of Kirchhoff's law? Google it and think about a Kirchhoff's law. Okay. Thereafter, we are going forward another topic, very interesting one. It is a black body radiations. Means spectral distribution of black body radiation. Let us see the radiant energy emitted per unit time per unit area by perfectly black body is depends upon its temperature. Means radiant energy emitted per unit area per unit time means what? It is the emissive power of perfectly black body. It is depends upon its temperature. More the temperature means energy is more, and it emits the radiation of shorter wavelength. It can be simply taken by the one formula is there, very simple formula, E equal to Sc upon lambda. The proof of this formula is beyond the scope. Here, this is the empirical formula given by the Planck. Means, here just E equal to Sc upon lambda. Mean it is the empirical formula given by the Planck. Explanation of this formula we studied in chapter number 14 more detail. But from this it is clear that is the energy emitted per unit time per unit area supposed to be. More the temperature means more the energy, and more the energy means shorter the wavelength, because E is inversely proportional to wavelength. Means temperature is more for the black body, it emits the more energy, but this energy emitted or radiations emitted by it having a shorter wavelengths, or vice versa. Means suppose the temperature of the black body is less, that means it emits less energy. As it emits less energy means it emits the radiation of longer wavelengths. Longer wavelengths. Thereafter, or longer wavelengths means larger wavelengths. Loomer and Pringsheim study the energy distribution of black body radiation as a function of wavelength. They kept the source at different temperature and measure the radiant power correspond to different wavelength. Radiant power means radiant energy emitted per unit time is called as a radiant power. Correspond to different wavelength. Results are represents graphically as shown in the figure. And thereafter, here in this figure, radiant power means radiant energy emitted per unit time by the black body is taken on y-axis, and on x-axis we take a wavelength. The variation of radiant power per unit area as a function of wavelength of different constant temperatures as shown in figure. From experimental curve, it is observed that what are the observations made by them? At a given temperature, say when we consider here temperature of the body is 5500 Kelvin. It means At a given temperature, we consider temperature 5,500 Kelvin, or another temperature is taken here 5,000 Kelvin or 4,000 Kelvin or 3,000 Kelvin. These are the temperatures. Mean at a given temperature, energy is not uniformly distributed in the spectrum as a function of wavelength of a black body. Means energy is not equally distributed over all wavelengths. Means spectrums or radiations emitted by the black bodies are not having only one wavelength or equal wavelength. Means suppose we consider from this graph, here we consider for smaller wavelength energy is small, but as in next second article, at a given temperature, radiant power or radiant energy emitted per unit time initially increases with wavelength. Look here, means here 500 nanometer wavelength energy increases. Again more than means 700 750 nanometer, again energy is more, and so on. As energy wavelength goes on increasing, energy also goes on increasing and reaches to peak. Reaches to peak mean increases with lambda, reaches to maximum, and thereafter again wavelength increases. Then what happens? Then decreases is the character of the temperature of radiating body. Means at a given temperature, radiant power emitted is initially increases with increasing in wavelength, reaches maximum and then decreases. Lambda max is the characteristics of temperature of radiating body. Area under the curve means suppose we consider such type of curve is there, and here this is the area under the curve, like as area under the curve represent total energy emitted per unit time per unit area by the black body at all wavelengths. Then from this graph you can see that at the peak of the curve shift toward the left, shorter wavelengths, that means the value of lambda max decreases with increasing temperature. I mean look here, lambda max is here for smaller wavelength, but here look here, this shift of the lambda max is here like it. Means lambda max, the peak of the curve shifted toward the left. In this way it is shifted toward the left. That means the value of lambda max decreases with increasing temperature. When temperature increases, look here, suppose we consider a temperature 3000 Kelvin, lambda max is more. But 4000 Kelvins, lambda max is less. Again 5000 Kelvin, still lambda max is less. And again 5.00 Kelvin, lambda max is less. Means the peak curve shift toward the left, shorter the wavelength, that means the value of lambda max decreases the temperature. At high temperature, total energy emitted per unit time, per unit area, means you can say power, corresponds to all wavelengths increases. I mean look here, the larger area covered by the larger the temperature, means suppose we consider a temperature is 5.00 Kelvin, then look the range of the wavelengths, means from here to here, these are the range. But suppose we consider a 3000, for 3000 Kelvin, what happens? Area under the curve is less. Mean wavelength ranges are limited. Means more the temperature, very wide range of wavelengths emitted by, wide range of radiations, wavelength of the radiation emitted by the black body. But suppose we consider temperature is less, then limited range of radiations are emitted for the respective wavelengths. Means at high temperature, total energy emitted per unit time per unit area corresponds to all wavelengths increases. And thereafter, last one we consider at room temperature, means here 27 degrees centigrade means 273 plus 27 means 300 Kelvin. Around most intense wavelength is 5 micrometer, means 5 into 10⁻⁻6 meter. Larger than red or infrared. Radiant power is smaller for all wavelengths. These are the conclusions made by Loomer and Pringsheim. These are then theoretical explanation of above observations could not be given by the existing theories. Theoretically, it cannot be explained. When gave an expression for the spectral distribution by laws of thermodynamics. Means when scientists when gives the explanation the spectral distribution by laws of thermodynamics for shorter wavelengths only. Lord Rayleigh and Sir James Jeans gave a formula for equipartition of energy. I mean, we explained this thing. Rayleigh and James Jeans gave formula for equipartition of energy valid for long wavelengths but tend to infinity for shorter wavelengths. Look the limitations. When give the expression by applying laws of thermodynamics and it is valid for shorter wavelengths, it is not valid for longer wavelengths. Means Wend's law valid for shorter wavelengths. And Rayleigh and James Jeans gave the formula for equipartition of energy valid for longer wavelengths, not a shorter wavelengths. Then Planck combined these two models using empirical formula. I am saying this empirical formula is E equal to h nu. Nu is the frequency, h is the Planck's constant, or you can say Sc upon lambda. Okay, I think this is all about a black body radiation. Thereafter, we go through another topic. It is a Wend's displacement law. Means according to Wend, the wavelength for which emissive power of black body is maximum. Look in this figure. Mean this is the maximum wavelength, or this is also maximum wavelength, this is also maximum wavelength. Then I am saying that this curve shifted towards the left. Means larger the temperature, less the lambda max. Smaller the temperature, more the lambda max. Means lambda max is inversely proportional to absolute temperature. Means the wavelength for which emissive power of black body is maximum is inversely proportional to the absolute temperature. What I am saying? The wavelength for which emissive power of a black body is maximum is inversely proportional to the absolute temperature. Means in this case, suppose we consider 5500 Kelvin, more the temperature, lambda max is less. Look here, lambda max is about 500 nanometer. But suppose we consider 3000 Kelvin, lambda max is about 10,000, about 1000 nanometer. Wavelength is about, means for 550 Kelvin temperature, lambda max is nearly 500 nanometer wavelength. But for 3000 Kelvin, lambda max is about 1000, means smaller temperature, more wavelength, and larger temperature, less wavelength. This is the Wend's displacement law. Thereafter, again one time we revise it. The wavelength for which emissive power of a black body is maximum is inversely proportional to the absolute temperature of the black body. Mean lambda max is inversely proportional to absolute temperature, or you say lambda max equal to B upon T, where B is called as the Wend's constant and its value is 2.879897 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter Kelvin. Lambda max indicates the wavelength at which black body dominantly radiates, and it is dominating color of body function of temperature. The example, suppose we consider, the white dwarfs are hot stars. Their temperature is around 10,000 Kelvin. And we know another red giants are there. Red giant means their temperature is about 3000 Kelvin. Means here more the temperature, less the wavelength. Less the temperature, more wavelength. By this law, a temperature of distant stars, sun, moon can be measured. Okay, I think this is all about Wend's displacement law. Thereafter, we are going forward another and last topic, Stephen's and Boltzmann's law of radiation. Simple law is there. The rate of emission of radiant energy means here in 1879, Joseph Stephen proposed empirical relation between the rate at which heat radiated per unit area per unit time by black body, or you say emissive power of black body, and its temperature. 5 years later, Boltzmann derived the relation using thermodynamics. Means Stephen gives empirical formula of emissive power of black body and absolute temperature. And Boltzmann derived this formula by applying thermodynamics. Hence, this law is known as Stephen's-Boltzmann law. Very simple law is there. Here, R is the radiant in emissive power of black body. RB, actually it is RB, but here R is taken. R is the emissive power of black body and T is the absolute temperature of the body. Simply we can consider the rate of emission of radiant energy per unit area of a black body. Actually it is the rate of emission of radiant energy per unit area per unit time. Actually this is a word, per unit area per unit time. And energy per unit time is also called as the power, or power radiated per unit area, you can say. Means look the thing. Rate of emission of radiant energy per unit area per unit time. This is the word. Or you can say power radiated per unit area. And don't go in this way, complicated thing. You directly suggested emissive power of perfectly black body. That's enough. What I am saying, emissive power of perfectly black body is directly proportional to fourth power of its absolute temperature. Simple law is there. Emissive power of perfectly black body is directly proportional to fourth power of its absolute temperature. Mean R is directly proportional to T raised to 4. And here if we take equal to sign, R equal to sigma T raised to 4, where sigma is the Stephen's constant and its value is given as 5.67 into 10 raised to minus 8 joule per meter square second Kelvin raised to 4. Or joule per second is also called as a watt per meter square Kelvin raised to 4. And dimension is, you can take here L0, M1, T raised to minus 3 and K raised to minus 4. Then suppose we consider two bodies, any one body is there. Then we considered here things. Which are them? How much, suppose we consider it is a ordinary body. And in a given time, how much energy is emitted by it? First we considered a unit area. Suppose we consider here initially unit area of a black body. In unit time, how much energy is emitted according to law? It is a sigma T raised to 4 because E is 1. Unit area means A is 1 and T is also 1. Meaning unit area, unit time, and it is a perfectly black body. Meaning your formula is energy emitted per unit area per unit time, mean A and T goes in this side, or emissive power we say sigma T raised to 4. But suppose we consider whole body, means given area in given time, and it is not a perfectly black body, then you can say general formula E equals to E A sigma T raised to 4 into T. Only read this formula. Suppose in some numericals, emissive power, suppose we consider a black body is given, then E is taken 1. rate or per unit time word is given, then T is taken 1. Unit area is given or per unit area is given, then A is taken 1. Then this is the general formula you can say. E equal to EA sigma T raised to 4 into T. It is a given out heat by the body and it is not a black body. Suppose it is a black, then how we can take this formula? A sigma T raised to 4 into T. Suppose unit area of the black body, how we can take a formula? Sigma T raised to 4 into T. Suppose unit area and unit time we consider, then sigma T raised to 4. This is our formula. Okay? You can only, it is the general formula. E equal to EA sigma T raised to 4 into T. Thereafter, it is a given out heat. But according to Prevost, body emits the heat. At the same time, it absorbs the heat from the surrounding. And here, suppose hot body is kept in the colder surrounding. Then what happens? It emits the more heat and it receives the less heat. Then how much amount of heat is emitted by this body to the surrounding? Hot body kept in the colder surrounding, means hot T is kept in the colder surrounding. Then how much amount of heat is emitted? EA sigma T raised to 4 into T. And how much amount of heat is received from the surrounding? EA sigma T0 raised to 4 into T. Means given out more and receives less. So this body loses its energy. How much amount of energy is lost by the net loss of energy is given by EA sigma T in bracket T raised to 4 minus T0 raised to 4. Or you can say directly EA sigma T raised to 4 into T minus EA sigma T0 raised to 4 into T. This is a loss of heat by the body. Net loss. Given out more because its temperature is more, T is greater than T0. Means hot body kept in the colder surrounding. Or other way, the net gain of the energy from the surrounding. Means suppose cold body is kept in the hotter surrounding. Means bottle from the fridge is kept at room temperature. Then it receives the heat as well as it given out heat. How much amount of heat is received by it? EA sigma T into T0 raised to 4 because T0 is greater than T. T is the temperature of the body. T0 is the temperature of the surrounding. So, how much amount of heat is given by it? EA sigma T into T0 raised to 4. Then what is the net gain? A subtraction is there. T0 raised to 4 because temperature of the surrounding is more. And that's why it taken here minus T raised to 4. It is a net gain by the heat by the body. With the help of this formula, general formula, you can solve any problem on the Stephen's constant. I think this is the last topic of our chapter. In this chapter, we discuss about a kinetic theory of gases. In that kinetic theory of gases, some topics are deleted. Behavior of gas, ideal and real gas, mean free path, and thereafter another topics are there. We discuss about pressure of ideal gas. Expression is there, big expression is there. It is a very important expression, as well as root mean square or RMS speed of the gas. Interpretation of temperature in kinetic theory. Thereafter some other topics are deleted. Mean distribution of speed, means Maxwell's distribution, as well as law of equipartition, degrees of freedom, and diatomic molecules, such type of. Thereafter we discuss about specific heat capacity and Mayer's relation, and thereafter we go through radiation. In radiation, we interaction of thermal radiation and matter, and thereafter a Ferri's perfectly black body construction and working, emission of heat radiation, means emissive power and coefficient of absorption, and today's topics are there. Kirchhoff's law, spectral distribution of black body radiations given by Lomer and Pringsheim, a Venn displacement law, and Stephens and Boltzmann's law of radiation. I think this is all about chapter. A very good chapter comes to end. I think so. What do you think? Tell me later. And there, that means this is all about it. In next lecture, we discuss some numericals, remaining numericals on radiation. Today it's enough. Take care yourselves. Stay at home safely. Thank you.